Okay, so welcome everybody. Today I'm going to talk to you all about healthy living, about your own wellness, your own personal fit process, and your own personal nutrition facts and everything related to it. So I themed this healthy living, a guide to an overall well-being. Okay, so my first slideshow says your goals. I want everybody of you to think about what is your goal. I don't know if you want to be a bodybuilder, or you just want to lose a few pounds, or you want to be a swimsuit pageant model. I don't know what it's your goal, but I want you to think about your goal, and I want you to think how long do you want to buy and how soon. So everybody thought that about it? It's just really easy task. Okay, so why is this important and why I want you to know a few things everybody should be aware of? It's because I don't think a lot of us know how to read nutrition, and we don't know how to eat, how to feed ourselves, and we don't know how to exercise regularly. We just, you just go with the flow. We don't know how to be better. I want you guys to be able to run up the stairs and not be tired. I want you guys to be able to have enough resistance and enough energy throughout your day. You should not be tired after you eat a healthy meal. When you eat a heavy meal, you should be tired. You will be tired. You will not have enough energy. Okay, so why is this important? First, a statistic I found is that more than 1/3 of U.S. adults are obese. That is 78.6 million of people in the U.S. are obese. And that is brought by the CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Second one. This was brought by a study published in the British Medical Journal, and it's if you just by eating correctly, just by exercising regularly and avoiding bad habits such as smoking or drinking in excess, women can live 5 years longer and men can live 6 years longer. So here's another fact: if you want to live a little longer, it's not that hard. And the third one, top nutritionists at Harvard found out that trans fats could be responsible for 30,000 premature coronary deaths per year. That is when your artery gets clogged, and usually it happens when you're older, you're of the age of about 70 or 80, but it is happening sooner. It is happening around the age of 30 or even in babies because of your health, because of your eating. Okay, so now that we know that, I want you to be able to understand, identify some kinds of fats that are dangerous for our systems, but we're not aware of it. And they are in almost every single thing that we have every day. Oh, not yet. So, first of all, the concept of fat. You think of someone skinny, and you think, oh, she doesn't eat anything, or she probably works out like crazy. That does not work like that. If you eat healthy, you would actually eat a lot. You're supposed to eat 6 times a day, at least, with little portions of food, with incrementation of veggies, vegetables, and fruits. So a person that it is skinny, and it's healthy, will be easy to get out of this fat. Okay, so the first fat I want you to take a look at is the trans fat that I just talked about, and the doctors call it the worst type of fat you can eat. This is a type of vegetable oil that is processed so it can last longer. It's usually found in deep fried foods and obviously in fast food restaurants. They love it though because they can keep it for longer. The second one is saturated fat. It comes mainly from animal sources of food such as red meat, poultry, and full-fat dairy products. This one you can have because animals would have a little bit of it, so you can have a few, but usually the packaged stuff that we eat come with a lot of saturated fat that is not good for our system. Okay, so okay, just so you know, another statistic, coronary artery disease, the one that I just mentioned, will take a life every minute this year. Just so you know. Yep. And saturated fat can also lead to type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular diseases, strokes, and everything. So now I want you guys to take a look at the nutritional fact labels, and I want you to be able to understand how this thing works. Okay, so I brought one in my presentation. I want you to take a look, but you all can take a look in yours. They're all different products. One are healthier than others. So first of all, don't be scared about calories. It can have a lot of calories because some foods can have more proteins, which is increase the calorie intake. But be careful of what comes up next. For example, the total fat, saturated fat, and trans fat that I just talked about. Avoid it at all times. Do not take anything that contains that. Okay, cholesterol, avoid it as well. Sodium it includes a lot of intake for. It's about 60% of salt and 40% of chloride. That retains water, and that doctors say you're only supposed to have 1 little spoon of salt a day. So if you're gonna use salt, at least use sea salt, and do not stay away from sodium high foods. For example, some of the protein bars, you would think they're healthier, but look at the sodium intake. It is huge. Don't be scared of calories again. Total carbs and dietary fiber and sugars. Dietary fiber, it's good for fastening up your metabolism. Sugars, stay away from it as well. All cereals, take a look at the sugars. It's way too much sugar. You should not have that much sugar. And okay, protein, you should be good. It helps you with recovery of muscles and overall good. You need it, and the other vitamins and everything, it's all good. Okay, so next one. Your own nutritional cycle, small veggies, implement it to your diet. So I brought a few diagrams. Okay, so here it is. Oh, sure. Okay, so I want you to take, maybe some people have seen this diagram, but I want you to look at it again and see how does that relate to your own plate of food. At dinner, how much. If you can see the vegetable part, it's pretty big, and I don't think we use that much vegetables in our portions. We need to have vegetables almost in every single meal, 6 times a day if possible. Vegetables will fasten up everything. So keep that for yourself and try to implement it for your everyday daily intake of food. Okay, so for this one, I read a book called Change Your Brain, Change Your Life. It's about a doctor. Amen. That's his name, and he's a psychiatrist that studies brain. And he says pretty much to avoid depression, anxiety, every disease, every psychological disorder. It only can take up to just exercise and food, healthy food. And I found. And I found a few steps I thought they were the most important out of the book. The first one, train your willpower. So this is how you're going to train your brain. So if, for example, your kids or a dog too, if they do something bad, you cannot give them a lollipop. Or same with a dog, if he does something bad, you cannot give him a treat. Same with your brain. Every time it asks you for a temptation, you need to teach him how to say no. Because once you lead to that, it will increase your weakness of your loose power. That's how he explains it. So teach your brain how to say no. The second one is trick your brain. Let's say you've been craving a chocolate for months or weeks or whatever. We know chocolate is not healthy, so we're going to trick our brain. We're going to replace it, giving it some other kind of sweet. So it could be fruits or something which contains fructose. So we're going to trick our brains. And the third one, start your process slowly. No one becomes healthier from one day to another. It starts slow. You need to start having, let's say, 4 cheat meals this week. And the next one you'll do 3. And then the next one you'll do 2. No one will become super fit from one day to another one. In fact, when women start to exercise on the first day, they're all motivated and stuff, then by the end they will start to lose it because they put all their power into one day. So you need to spread it out. It's a slow process and your metabolism need to address it. Okay, tips. I narrowed down some tips that I think everybody should know. Reduce sugar, I talked about. Use dietary sugar or honey. Honey is the best one. It's organic. It doesn't need any processed anything. Sometimes the dietary sugar can have aspartame, which can, with longer times, can affect your brain. So be careful with that and just try to use honey. Salt usage, reduce sodium, and use sea salt if you're going to use any. Good and bad oils. Everybody needs oils in their body. Try to use olive oil, nuts, or any kind of implements. Kind of greens. There are some vegetables that are better than others. For example, spinach is better than iceberg or romaine lettuce, so use that. Always carry a snack. That's another way to trick your brain. Always carry trail mix. Always carry a fruit in your purse. Once you're hungry, you will avoid that temptation by eating it and losing the thought of having to eat something else and going to the drive-thru or whatever. Water, please. Always replace sodas and drinks for water, because even juices have a lot of sugar intake as well. So just get used to the fact to ordering at a restaurant water, usually in the States, is free. You'll save a couple bucks. Okay, and exercise regularly. And so yeah, that's the end of my presentation. So it's your choice. I hope you learned something today. Any questions? No? Nobody? Okay. Everything clear? All right. Thank you guys so much, and I hope everybody can take something home and you can implement your diet in a better way. And you can start exercising a little more, even from just walking or something. I'm not asking you to be a super fit, person, but I'm asking you to change some of your regular habits to live longer and for your future generation. Okay? Thank you.